It all started back in my hometown of Geneva. I lived a happy life as the firstborn to Alphonse and Caroline Frankenstein.
When I was just a young boy, my family adopted a little girl by the name of Elizabeth. I was to care for her and love her for the rest of her life. Just after I found out that I would be attending the College of Ingolstadt, my dear sister Elizabeth fell sick with the scarlet fever.
There, Elizabeth. You'll be better in no time.
Soon after, tragedy struck.
Shortly after nursing Elizabeth back to health, my mother contracted scarlet fever. She wasn't strong enough and passed away. Although my mother's death was painful, I had to go to college.
My mother's death is what inspired me to think about life after death. I went to Ingolstadt to study natural philosophy and chemistry. I had a lot more to learn than I thought.
Hello, Professor Krem.
What is this?
The Alchemist.
This is foolishness! The books you've been reading are... Ugh! You need this. This is new science. This is what you need to be reading.
After months of studying and experimenting, I finally discovered life after death.
My masterpiece is almost complete.
It's alive!
After the creation of my monster, I realized what I had done and I had to go outside.
Victor!
Henry,
How's it going?
good. How are you?
I've been swell. I'm in town for school.
That's very nice.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Say, it's a little chilly out. Do you want to go up to your apartment?
Sure, why not?
Sounds great. Thanks for inviting me.
When we returned back to my house, there was no monster.
After the disappearance of my creation, I fell ill for several months from horror.
Open.
I decided that I should go back to Geneva for my own health.
Shortly before my departure for Geneva, I received a letter from my father.
Get out of my sight.
He said that my youngest brother William was murdered.
I must depart for Geneva immediately.
On the way back to Geneva,
I came across something.
Is that my monster?
It was the monster.
I realized that my creation was the one who killed my youngest brother. Our servant was accused, though, and executed.
After the death of two innocent children, I had to get away to the mountains to gather my thoughts.
I climbed all the way to the top, to the glacier.
At the glaciers, I saw something in the distance. I realized it was a creature.
My creation.
To my surprise, he could talk.
All these months, I've been watching a family in a cottage and observing the way they live.
I grew very fond of the family, who were called the DeLacy's. I found your satchel and read all your books and diary, which included my creation. When I revealed myself, I was rejected. I saw your brother, and when he mentioned your father's name, I killed him in revenge of your cruelty towards me. I slipped a picture he was holding into a girl's jacket to make it look like she was the killer.
I deserve love just as much as anyone else. I need a companion.
At first I was reluctant to build the second monster. However, the guilt overcame me and I decided that the monster deserved love just as much as anyone else.
Father, I must go to England. But you just got back and you're so healthy. I'll bring my best friend Henry with me and I'll marry Elizabeth when I get back. Okay.
Henry, we finally made it to England.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of nice stuff here, but I was thinking that we should probably go to Scotland now.
Fine, let's go.
Okay.
Henry was wasting my time, so I had to leave him behind.
Oh, we finally made it to Scotland.
Yep, I'm going to the countryside.
I soon began work on the second creature until I started to have second thoughts.
How dare he! You are my creator, but I am your master. I will seek revenge on your wedding night.
I ignored his threats and went to dispose of the body.
I must dispose of this body so no one will ever find it. Oh my. The wind has picked up. I must wait it out.
I ended up drifting ashore an unknown town.
Everyone! I found Henry Clerville's killer!
The monster had killed my best friend, and I was being accused for it, but thankfully I was soon acquitted.
Victor Frankenstein, do you take Elizabeth Frankenstein to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
All right. And Elizabeth Frankenstein, do you take Victor Frankenstein to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
You two siblings may now kiss the bride. After the wedding,
There is someone after us. I must put you in hiding and seek out the killer.
While searching for the beast, I heard a scream. It was my wife's.
Father! You will not believe what happened! Father!
after I returned from my honeymoon, I found that my father had died from grief.
I will get that monster if it's the last thing I do!
I followed the monster all the way up north.
And that is how I ended up here.
Wow, crazy story. I'm gonna go write to my sister. You are ill, go and rest.
Thank you.
I should probably go check on Frankenstein. Frankenstein! He's dead.